不了解你们的语言，现在很难了解不同的语言。Right? That's the major problem with learning a language. It's also the problem with teaching language. 有很多的外国老师，他们不了解英文，他们是英文老师，但是不了解，所以不了解你们的问题。Okay? So, you can also help yourself by studying more about Chinese. 你记得吗？我第一个问题 the first example I gave you of a question. 这个呢？2200，为什么2跟2 ？So, does anybody remember what the difference is? 记得吗？2跟2。可以教我吗？ Can you teach me why this is 2 and this is 2? Anybody? Okay. So if you don't know, do you want to know? Okay. It's really quite simple. 20这个一个字 It's a lot like the English word 20. It's just one number. We treat it like one word. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, those are just numbers, they're words. But we have two ideas here. It's like how in English we make two words with it. But, okay, pretend that we count them this way. 100, 2 hundreds, 3 hundreds, 4, right? So, 200, 100. 200, 200. Okay? That's why you have 2 for things, for numbers like 100, 200, 2000, 200, right? That's it. 20, 因为20不是2个是一个字. It's just one word. Okay, so whatever your problems are with English grammar, you need to right? The problem starts with Chinese. Because in your mind, you have to understand that you use grammar every day. Every time you say something in Chinese or write something, you use grammar. So the problem then isn't learning something new. It's using what you know and changing it a little bit. Okay? It's the same thing like if you can ride a bicycle, right? You can all ride a bicycle? Yes, no? Bicycle. How do you say that? Detach, right? Something like that? Bicycle? Even though Alright? If you can ride a bicycle, is riding a scooter completely different? Those are 不一样吗？还是有点像？ If you can ride a bicycle, you can learn how to ride a scooter, right? Because the important part is the balance, right? On a bicycle, you don't want to fall over. And a scooter, same thing. You don't want to fall over. Okay? So you take what you know from riding a bicycle, and then when you want to ride a scooter, you can use the same ideas. Okay? And then what about you? If you can drive a scooter, what about driving a car? 都不一样吗? No, a lot of it is the same, right? A lot of it is the same because, well, you sit somewhere, you have to control it, you have to turn, and you have to control going faster and stopping, right? A lot of the ideas that you need to understand are the same. They're just you use them differently. 是一样的问题，但是那个答案有点不一样， right? If you can drive a car, can you learn to drive an airplane? Yeah, sure. It's the same basic idea, just a different way of doing it, okay? So, every time you learn something new, you're not learning completely new things, right? If you can walk and then you fly an airplane, that's very different. But no language problem is like that. 中文跟英文没有那么不一样，你们的玩法跟我们的玩法真的很像，所以问题是哪里是不一样，哪里有问题 ，right? You go a little bit at a time and you build on what you know, okay? 不是可以分在这边是中文，这边是英文，都可以分，不是这样子 ，okay? 他们没有关系。So, what other questions can you think of for today? 如果要问字的问题也可以。你们觉得最难的字的问题是什么？英文的字。英文的字是什么难的？Let's start with this. 中文的字、英文的字，哪里是不一样？是什么不一样的？英文的字跟中文的字是不一样。How are they different? 中国科技大学几个字？Come on， 中国科技大学几个字？6个字，几个音节？也是6个 ，right？ 一个音节，一个字。每个中文的字是讲什么？一个音节，一个字。对 ，OK。英文是一样，不一样，不一样。Okay. That's one problem right there, right? In English, our words can be much longer. China, 两个音节。University, 5个音节。Of, 这个音节。Technology, 4个音节 right? We have a lot of problems for learners from Chinese because we don't speak like this with every syllable equal in length and equal in right? That's not how we speak. We have syllable stress. 有重的音节，有轻的音节 right? And it changes important things about our words. If you want to learn vocabulary, it's very important that you don't try to learn one word, one meaning, different word, different meaning, because our words like that, they don't make sense. But a lot of our words have relationships like this. 动词 pronounce, 名词 pronunciation. 为什么这边的拼法跟发音不一样？文法跟拼法跟发音不可以分开的，它们都有关系 ，right? They all go together. So, 名词跟动词为什么不一样拼的？因为你们是这样子，因为老师说的，都是要记得不可以了解。错。Right? That's not true. This is something you can understand. When it comes to words like produce, this is one we use for a lot of examples, right? 有一个名词 produce， 还有一个动词 produce， 一样拼的，但是发音不一样。OK， 为什么？这个有听过吗 ？OK， 它的问题是。英文的字是哪里来的？记得不记得我们的字是哪个语言来的？都是一个语言来的吗？中文的字都是中文来的 ，right? That's another big difference. Chinese is one language. There are different varieties. 有泰语，有客家语、客家话 ，right? There are different ways to say the words, and sometimes different words. But the language, the whole language, is one language. But in English, that's not true. Okay? English words come from different languages. Even I know I've seen some of you before when we talked about this. To keep it simple, around 500 AD, we have German people going to England. Okay? This is the first part of English. England 不是英国来的。英国的语言很不一样 Okay? Then around these years, for about 300 years. Alright, so we'll start by end. It's more like 1050 and 1346 double. We have French. French ruled